share the monsoon this morning.
Heavy flooding across the valley today after several downpours, prompting dozens of water rescues.
He's never seen water like that before.
People's front yards were washes.
My journey began on a rainy afternoon of November 5th, 1993. My dad struggled as a single parent, but he did his best to play both mom and dad. He always put us first. My best friend Francisco was always there, looking out for my well-being and giving me good advice, even when I didn't want to hear it. I began to look at myself and wonder what had happened to all of my hopes and dreams. I began to see what was really important, my family and my future. I was afraid I was going to let my family down. I was determined though, and luckily was able to graduate with my class. I was back on track with my personal legend. I started college in the fall and was able to continue on my hero's journey.
The grim discovery by an Apache Junction man, badly decomposed human remains in this remote desert wash known as Weeks Wash.
Mother Nature proved once again these storms can creep up quickly without warning. In Apache Junction, streets look like rivers.
Once your vehicle gets in water that's up over the top of the hood, it starts to pick the vehicle up. At that point, you could very easily lose your life.
Our other top story tonight, we have learned a missing Tempe college student has been found dead in the desert.
Thursday afternoon, the Department of Public Safety, which processed a DNA test on skeletal remains found in an Apache Junction wash last week, confirmed they belong to Adrienne Salinas. More than 100 officers from several different agencies spent 7 hours Thursday searching an area near Highway 88 and Lost Dutchman Boulevard, where police believe monsoon rains deposited Salinas' body from somewhere upstream.
How were you alerted to the fact that somebody had found a body?
My supervisor gave me a phone call. He had heard from Apache Junction that a female, unidentified female was found, and thought, okay, maybe you should call them and see if it's potentially Adrienne or not.
We begin tonight with breaking news. The family members of a missing teenager and Tempe police both confirming tonight that human remains found in the Far East Valley are that of Adrienne Salinas.
You know, I reached out to their detective. He was able to provide me all their photographs and what they learned. And just in looking at the photographs, there were a couple things that came up. One, there was a unique bracelet that looked like something Adrienne could have worn.
What went through your mind when we've been looking for this person for 3 months and now we know?
That we're going to have to let the parents know that she's not alive.
I just remember the phone call. I think I put my feelings aside for a bit and had to face the challenge of telling everybody. The news was overwhelming, shocking. I kind of feel like I'm going to faint or something, you know. I was at my parents' house. I was outside. I had to walk in and tell them, you know, she's gone, and then hear the cries of my parents.
Did you think they were gonna figure out who did this?
I don't remember my thoughts at the time. I think I was just trying to process that she was gone. Initially, I didn't really think about that, but afterwards, yes, I was very, you know, I wanted justice for my daughter. To take something so delicate and subtle and just crush it, you know. That there's somebody out there like that, you know. And, you know, she got to be found and has to be stopped.
That was just something that drew me to wanting that case.
Can I just get you to say and spell your first and last name?
Gregory Duarte, Gregory Duarte.
And what is your title at Tempe PD?
I am a homicide/missing persons detective. Here we have a 20-year-old girl who's going to college and just kind of, you know, has friends and then like disappears and then ends up dead and buried in a shallow grave in a wash in Apache Junction. I mean, that's a true victim.
Do you think you're going to solve this case?
Yes, I think so.
So the landscape has changed somewhat, yeah. This is the general area where the recovery occurred.
Yeah, because that's all a bank right there.
Yeah, and we dug a lot through to the bank.
How different is this now than it was at that time?
It's pretty similar. Even back then when we did our initial search, so Apache Junction did the original body recovery, and they left it pretty close to the way they found it. Did some digging, but then when we came in with a large team, but quite honestly, it's pretty similar.
Do you know if her body was dumped out here the night that she disappeared?
No, we don't. The condition that she was in, she was probably buried for a little bit, so that narrows down the time frame, but it's still an unknown time frame.
Did the autopsy report from Adrienne Salinas tell you anything really?
The state of her remains when she was discovered definitely didn't provide a lot of forensic type evidence to point towards somebody.
When did you realize, wow, we still don't have much to go on?
You know, they ruled the cause and manner of death as undetermined. So it doesn't give us a lot to work with as far as a lot of times the autopsy will give you information, and based on the condition of the body, they weren't able to give us a whole lot with that.
We don't even know how she died.
Right.
There was a lot of evidence collected out there, but the majority of it doesn't appear to have been related to her, to anything that happened to her. The thought is that she was buried in a shallow grave upstream a little bit.
The challenge with the recovery of her was the wash that she was in experienced a tremendous amount of water and flooding that we believe brought her body from wherever it was to wherever it ended up.
Apache Junction's public works manager says completing cleanup from this past storm could take about 2 weeks.
As a homicide investigator, you want to process a crime scene. In this case, we didn't have a crime scene in Tempe, and then in Apache Junction, the recovery area, we didn't have the actual where the body was prior to where it was recovered from that wash.
She was moved by the water, but it's hard to say how far she was moved.
Well, we were certainly looking for a dump location to see if there's any evidence left. We are still looking for her cell phone, so that's still outstanding. So if we found the dump location, maybe we would find a phone or any other items of hers that would shed some light on, like you said, what happened to her.
How would she have gotten from Tempe to Apache Junction, and why from Tempe to Apache Junction? You know, that's the biggest question I think I have right now is, like, how did that come into play? Why Apache Junction?
What do you do here?
We actually run the largest alert network, which is made up of rain gauges, stream gauges, weather stations. They're spread out all around Maricopa County. They're pulling in data in real time. They're letting us know how much rain's falling, where it's falling, where we start to get runoff. This is our alert interactive data display, and we've got it zoomed in right into the Apache Junction area, right along Weeks Wash. Any of the rain that falls within that dark blue boundary is what's going to want to move down and towards the main channel of Weeks Wash.
Did your department here have any way of measuring the amount of water that came down Weeks Wash on July 21st, 2013?
Yeah, so we have several stream gauges that sit within the watershed for Weeks Wash.
What does that information tell you about the amount of water that was in the wash that day?
We ended up getting a runoff event that lasted roughly 5 hours. So at our stream gauge, we ended up measuring about 4 foot of depth of water and runoff a little over 600 cubic feet per second.
Were there any other events that sent water down that wash between June and this event in July of that year?
We had no runoff past our gauge before this event that year.
The reason we're doing this interview is there was the body of a missing girl who was found at one specific spot. Is there any way to be able to tell how far up a body might have been buried, given the amount of water that was coming down?
I can't answer that question, but what I can answer for you is this. Water's powerful. Water's heavy. A cubic foot of water weighs approximately 62.4 pounds. We're talking 600 plus cubic feet per second, so roughly 40,000 pounds of pressure being pushed every second where our stream gauge was.
Is that amount of water enough to uproot a tree or send a log downstream or dig up something or someone who was buried upstream?
The amount of water, I guess anything's possible, right? So again, if we're talking that large vehicles that are weighing thousands and thousands of pounds are being able to be floated and sent down, again, water's powerful, can do interesting things.
I think we're gonna have to come to grips with the fact that we are not going to find the spot where Adrienne's body was dumped. There's just so much space out here. It's like a needle in a haystack. I think a better strategy might be to take a closer look at what she did the night she disappeared, where she was, who had access to her.
What we know is that she's at the party with her friends. The party wasn't for her, and it wasn't necessarily for somebody that she hung out with. It was more for a friend of a friend. But she lived there, so she was going to be there.
It was my friend's birthday, and considering that we were one of the few people at the time who had our own place, I offered to host the party.
It was probably the biggest party we'd ever thrown at our apartment. Because it was Rebecca's friend's party, I did not know a lot of the people there.
All of us had our own group of friends, so whenever we'd have parties, we would invite anyone and everyone that we could gather. And this night didn't start out much different.
I know I got home from work and the party was already kind of starting. I went straight upstairs and went to my room, and Adrienne was sitting on her bed, fully dressed, hair and makeup done, but just kind of sitting there. And I asked her, "Why aren't you joining the party? Why are you just up here?" And she said she wasn't really feeling social that night, that she didn't really want to have a party, but it was starting, and so she was going to make the best of it. We said, let's start. We're going to start off with a drink to get the mood going, and so we went into the kitchen together and we had a drink. We took a picture together, the last picture that we ever took together, and we just kind of talked.
We know that she wanted Fran there because she had called him and left him a voicemail that she wanted him there.
How did Adrienne meet Francisco?
They just knew each other from elementary school, and that romance continued throughout high school and beyond high school. It was kind of an odd couple. You have this awkward Francisco. He's just overall a very awkward guy, and then you have this beauty. Adrienne was a very beautiful woman, a beautiful girl.
What do you think was happening in their relationship?
Well, I only heard little bits and pieces, but it was, what I had taken from it was more so, she wanted labels, she wanted a committed relationship. He kind of thought it was a good idea to, you know, kind of see what's out there, figure themselves out, date other people.
Leading up to that point, they weren't doing very well. They had been together for several years, and I think as life happens, you begin to slowly dwindle apart, and they weren't doing too good.
We knew that they got in a disagreement at the party to where they decided to go to his house and kind of talk it out.
At some point in the night, Fran called me and said, "Hey, we got into an argument. She hopped out of the car at the stoplight. Can you make sure that she gets home safely?"
She makes it home starts talking to Rebecca, her roommate, starts to charge her phone is what we were told, and then eventually leaves again in her car. People saw her leave. We know from a witness that she collided her car with the curb, and then the car's later found around the corner with damage to the tires, so we're pretty confident she disabled it.
She left, popped her tires, parked it, walked back to the townhouse where the party was, probably just snuck right back upstairs because the front door is right by the stairs.
We know she went back home because the clothes, like I have a photo that they took at the party of the clothes she's wearing, and those clothes were in her room.
Looking back, she was obviously very determined to get to Francisco's house.
And then from the phone information, we knew she had reached out to a cab company to go, what we believe, back to Fran's house. And why we believe that is because she sent a text saying, I'm on my way over.
This is Scottsdale Cab Guys. If you'd like us to pick you up, leave a message at the tone.
I don't really remember her ever taking a cab in her life.
At some point, she disappeared on the way to catch the cab.
So we don't have anything on video that catches her going to see the cab. So we don't know if she made her way down to how far she would have made her way down, but she certainly didn't make it to the NPM where the pickup was supposed to be. She was overly intoxicated, so she was vulnerable.
So we have a boyfriend that she had been fighting with. We have a bunch of guys at a party. Any one of them could have followed her out, and we've got a odd cab driver that she was heading out to meet.
Yes.
Did any of them stand out to you in investigating this as, I need to take a closer look at one of these guys?
Several of them.
Do you think it's possible that it could have been Fran?
That's not something I would say yes or no to. I mean, in my heart tells me no. But logically, I know it doesn't make sense. It would be idiotic to rule anybody out.
Do you think it could have been anybody who was at the party?
I'd like to think no. I really don't think so because I feel that I was at I knew them well enough.
Tempe is a busy city, sometimes all night long. But this particular night, when Adrienne came up missing, there were people around there because the surveillance video from that AM/PM shows people coming and going, shows the taxi pull in there to look for her because that's where she was supposed to get picked up at. But she's not on video surveillance there, so she never walked into the parking lot there, and she never got there. She got close, and so because there were people out there that night, it's a little frustrating that we don't have some information, on what might have happened, which kind of makes me think, okay, maybe there wasn't anything to draw anybody's attention towards what happened to her.
Maybe she just got into somebody's car.
Maybe she just voluntarily got into somebody's car, and then that makes me think, well, was it somebody that she knew, somebody from the party, Fran, the taxi driver who she called?
Where do you think she is?
I have no idea.
When we were arguing, it was just our relationship.
Was there anything about this fight that was different than before?
Did Adrienne leave with you?
No.
Do you have any idea where she's at?
I have no idea where she is.
If I'm not a suspect, then why can you take away my stuff?
You don't have to be a suspect.
Why is in America are we not free that you can take my DNA? You're a creature. I hate you. Let me go. I hate you. I hate all of you, man. Take something that belongs to me because I picked up or tried to pick up a girl.